Today, I'm excited to present to you a training on how to close leads to close, how to close specifically big ticket transactions. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm really excited to be presenting to you all. Okay, so we're going to have two sessions in one today. The first session is going to be about the training, how to close deals. And then the second will be about our product launch. So it's a two-in-one today. Like I said, I'll take that again. We're going to have the first session on how to close deals or how to convert leads to paying clients. And then the second session is going to be about our new product, which is coming out today. We are launching that product today. And I'm going to throw in something that I've not even told anybody, a giveaway. We're going to be doing a giveaway today, right? We're going to be doing a giveaway. So I'm not selling anything to you at the end of this presentation. There's nothing that I'm selling. It's really just about the session, just about the training, and also about the product launch. All right. So without any further ado, I'll go straight into my slides, and I'll be speaking for about maybe 20 minutes or thereabouts, and I'll give room for Q&A after my presentation is done. Okay, so let me quickly share my slides without taking much of the time. All right. Just give me a few seconds while this loads. Few minutes. System seems to be malfunctioning. Sorted very soon. Okay, I think we should be done. Okay, I believe you can see my slides, right? Okay, so if you can see my slides, then it means we are good to go. All right. So as I said, the topic of my presentation is unlocking success in real estate. Unlocking success in real estate. Strategies for attracting high-paying clients and closing deals faster. That's the topic for today. Okay, so let's start with the first point, which is about networking. Now, I noticed that a lot of people don't go out. People don't network, and they want deals to come. That's unlikely to happen. That is unlikely to happen. You see, in real estate business, deals don't come to you. You have to go and fetch those deals. And it's not all of your clients that you're going to get online. There's some of your clients that you get from attending events, from attending meetings, from networking with people. Okay, so building strategic relationships is one of the ways through which we can close deals faster. Now, building relationships help you in the conversion process, but at least to help you generate good leads. Because before you can talk about converting leads, you have to generate the leads in the first place. All right. So you have to ensure that you build those strategic relationships and you have to be deliberate about it. So it's not just about having contacts. A lot of us have thousands of people as contacts on our phones, but how many of us have genuine, solid relationships that we have built, deliberate relationships that we have built with these people? So you've got to understand that as a realtor, as someone who wants to dominate the real estate space, you've got to be deliberate. Don't just make friends for making friends' sake. Now, I'm not saying every friend you make should be for the purpose of business. But what I'm saying is that as you make friends, also have it at the back of your mind that you're a business person. And at some point in time, you want to ensure that you convert those friendships into business-related relationships. So it's not just about having chit chats all the time, discussing whatever it is you want to discuss, but also being deliberate about ensuring that you are creating an opportunity for yourself to convert this that you have, these relationships that you have, these friends that you have, extremely important that you do that. Now, I spoke earlier about attending high-end events, not just ordinary events. Attend events, conferences. That's how you get to meet people. Some of my biggest clients as a person, some of my biggest clients have been obtained through attending high-end events. So I attend events, and after the events, I share my complimentary cards, and I also obtain complimentary cards from other people. So it's something that I do deliberately. It's not something that I do just because others are doing it. I'm very deliberate whenever I go for an event, beyond just the benefits of attending the event, beyond the presentations and the sessions, which are very important. What is very important for me, you shouldn't be doing that. As a business person, the people that you interact with or the people you sit around during those events are your potential customers. Always take advantage of those opportunities whenever I cannot overemphasize the importance of joining, being amongst people, being amongst communities where you can potentially meet people of like minds that you can close deals with. So there are so many clubs. So many clubs. There's the Lions Club, there's Rotary, there's Ikoyi Club, there's Lagos Country Club. All of these clubs are social communities where people of like minds gather together, exchange information, exchange business opportunities. And who says you cannot be one of these people? Clubs, in fact, people say that the biggest deals are closed on the golf club, or on the golf course rather. The biggest deals are closed on the golf course. So what this essentially means is that most people, a lot of people go to play golf, not necessarily because they have a flair for golf. Some of them may not even like the game of golf, but they go to play golf because they know that they are likely to meet people of a certain caliber on the golf course. That's why they go there. So why not take it? And I'm not saying you have to join a golf club because some of us may not be able to afford it, but look for a club around you that you can join. And join that club. If you have to pay, if it's a paid club, pay the registration fees if you can afford it. And there are some clubs that are not even paid. Some of them are even free. Join those free clubs and build your network that way. And through doing that, you're able to get more leads that you can potentially close in the future. Okay, leverage social media, obviously. Social media, a lot of us use social media just for entertainment. Some of us use it just to go and watch skits and things like that. But social media is one of the most powerful ways through which you can also create a network for yourself. So you need to leverage social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or even WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a form of social media. Any online platform that allows you to interact with people is social media. Take advantage of the opportunities that we have on social media. Build your network, very important. Now, speak the language of the rich. What do I mean by speak the language of the rich? You see, rich people have a certain way they speak. Rich people have a certain way they interact. And let's face it, if you want to be successful in real estate business and close big deals, now I'm not talking about cheap lands here and there, I'm talking about deals that are worth tens, hundreds, if not even billions of naira, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, billions of naira. You've got to understand that there are only few people that fall within the category of customers that you should be talking to. Now, these people have a way they interact, they have a way they speak, they have a way they talk, they have a way they socialize with people. So you've got to understand that if you are going to be able to, or if you intend to break into the circles of these people, you've got to speak in a language that resonates with their values, that resonates with their mannerisms, that they understand. You don't want to be seen as an outcast, because an average rich person doesn't want to interact with people who don't speak like them. It's a class thing. So if they look at you, if you don't belong to their class, they just feel, some of them might even feel insulted that you're even trying to do business with them. Why? Because they don't see you as being on their level. So they want to interact with people who are on their level. Okay? Now, there's a local saying, a local parlance that says, if you want to catch a monkey, behave like a monkey. It's the same thing with a rich person. You want to attract a rich person, you've got to behave like a rich person. So learn the language of the rich, show appreciation whenever you are amongst them. So don't go there, oh, because I've said you should speak like them, talk like them. Don't make it seem like as if, oh, overnight you just become on their level. No, let people understand that, or let them understand that you do appreciate them, you appreciate their success, be humble. Humility is extremely important because some of them have very big egos. So you've got to be able to learn how to break into that soft spot that these people have and ensure that they don't see you as being proud or being arrogant when you're interacting with them. Now, one thing I like, or one thing I've noticed about rich people is that all of them have their tastes. They're not budget conscious. So rich people are not so much, oh, they're looking for the best deal. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they would not negotiate. Rich people actually do negotiate, but I'm just saying that for people in that category, they want bespoke solutions to their problems. They want bespoke solutions to their needs. By bespoke, what I mean is they want a peculiar solution. They don't want a one-size-fits-all kind of solution. They want you to provide a solution that meets their specific needs. So for instance, you're selling a house. Some of them may tell you, oh, if maybe you're their interior decorator, for instance, you won't just do any design for them. But you have to do it in a certain way that they like, because every person in that category has a taste that is separate from yours, or separate from the others, or the other person. So you've got to understand that you have to work hard to deliver solutions that meets the peculiar needs of your client. So what I always do whenever I'm trying to deal with people of a certain categories, I ask them as many questions as possible, because I want to understand what they want, rather than just talking all the time. No, it goes beyond just talking. You've got to ask questions, take notes as you're asking those questions, so that as you're asking those questions, they're answering you, you are understanding the peculiar needs. In fact, in answering those questions, they are literally telling you what their potential objections could be. And by providing answers to those questions, you are responding to those objections. Because trust me, in the sales process, your leads would always have objections. So you've got to understand that the more you understand the peculiar needs of your prospects or your leads, the better the chances of you closing a deal. Now, I've spoken about networking. Now, let me drill it home a bit more. Beyond networking, you've got to build strategic relationships. Strategic relationships with influencers, with thought leaders, people who matter in society. Because guess what? It is not just anybody that can help you. There are certain people in your industry, or your sphere of influence, that when they speak, people listen. There are certain people that when they speak, they speak for you. You are a realtor, you want to close a deal, and you happen to know one of the biggest influencers around, right? You'll be surprised how much of an influence that person can have on you closing a deal. Just the mere fact that you know that person. Just the mere fact that you are in a relationship with someone that is so well respected in society can literally enhance your chances of closing a deal by 2 or 3 or 4 multiple times. So build relationships with influencers. Also build relationships with high net worth, high-end professionals. So people who work in big organizations, right? These are the people that you should be targeting. People who work in big chip blue chip companies, Fortune 500 companies, people who earn big salaries. These are people who can afford the products that you're selling. So some of us, I see us building relationships with people who don't really earn that much. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't be friends with people who don't earn so much on a monthly basis, but we should be strategic about the kinds of people that we want to interact with, because these are the people that will help us close our deals on a much faster basis. Now, collaborate with businesses as well. So beyond just building relationships with individuals, you should also learn to collaborate with businesses. Again, mind your company, develop a strong brand identity. This is extremely crucial. As a realtor, you've got to ensure that you develop a brand identity that speaks for you, especially on social media. On social media, your brand is your strongest asset. So some of the top selling realtors, the reason why they sell so much is because they focus on the brand. It's not just about posting, but what sort of content are you posting? Before you post any content as a realtor, ask yourself, is this content going to help my brand? Sometimes it's not just about selling. Sometimes it's about developing a presence. It's about being visible, but not just being visible, but being visible in a positive light. So that anybody who sees, the moment they see you, they know that, oh, this is the person that I saw on social media. And the very first thing they think about is they think about someone who has certain qualities that they want to resonate with or they want to relate with. So your brand identity is literally your face. That's your face on social media. You want to attract high net worth individuals. You want to attract business people. You want to help. You want to ensure that you can close a deal faster. Always ensure that you build a strong brand identity. It is extremely important. I'll give an example. There was a time I was discussing with a prospect, even just recently, and I told the prospect, look, this is the property. I have videos and all of that, and I was trying to schedule an inspection with this prospect, and the person says, no, don't worry about the inspection. I know you, I trust your brand, and I know that anything that you do has to be genuine. So I don't have to go for inspection. Because of you, because of your brand, and because of what you represent, I'm going to buy this product even without going for inspection. That is how strong a brand is. I didn't even have to do too much of talking. My brand spoke for me, literally. That's the kind of brand that I wanted to develop. Now, you might not develop that brand overnight, but I can assure you that over time, if you work hard at developing your brand, you will eventually get there. Invest in high quality marketing materials. Again, this is something that I see a lot of realtors getting wrong. A lot of realtors get this absolutely wrong. I see realtors doing all sorts of things on social media because you want to sell, right? I see realtors just posting flyers. Now, I'm not saying flyers are not important, but I think we should also invest in high quality materials. Get good videos. If you're going to do a video for your marketing, do the video right. If you can't afford a professional camera, use a good camera phone, right? For instance, an iPhone. iPhones are very good, or Samsung phones are very good. Whatever the phone is, make sure it is HD quality. Make it a policy that if you're going to post anything online, any video online, that video has to be HD quality, nothing less than that. Because there are certain people in certain categories that the moment they see the quality of your videos, they already make up their mind that they're not going to do business with you. So even if you're talking to them, you're trying to convince them, they have their minds made up already because they just believe that you're a careless person. Sometimes these things could even be subconscious. They may not even be thinking about it. But the mere fact that they've seen certain levels of mediocrity that they are not willing to associate with, it actually affects their decision. It's important that you ensure that the materials that you put out there, even if it's going to be flyers, the flyers have to be certain quality. If they're quality images, videos, like I said earlier, have to be HD quality videos. What it is that you are posting, brochures. If you have a graphics designer that helps with your brochures, whether it's your company profile, your personal profile, or a product profile, the brochures have to be extremely high quality and ensure consistency across all touch points. So whether you're doing ads on social media or offline, whether you're discussing, whether it's on newspapers, whether it's a TV, whatever touch point, whatever media you're using for your communication, ensure the quality remains the same. I cannot overemphasize the importance of offering value. Now, people want to understand, or they want to be assured that whoever it is selling to them has expert knowledge. They want to be sure that you are in your field. They want to be sure that you have the knowledge, you have the skills that is required to convert deals. Now, for me, I always put myself in the position of an expert in everything I do. That's why on social media, for those of you who follow my page on social media, I do a lot of educational content. The reason I'm doing those educational content is because I want people to see me as an expert. I want my clients to see me as an expert. Because the first thing most clients do when you offer a product to them, the first thing some of them, or even most of them do, is they go to your page. They want to understand and they want to see who they're interacting with. So they want to be sure that they're interacting with an expert who understands the business, who is not just there to sell because they're looking for a commission, but who is there because they understand the business of real estate. So check up things, read. Watch videos, go to YouTube, download educational videos, watch those videos, and ensure that you equip yourself with the knowledge that is required for you to close deals on a faster rate, right? Provide personalized service. Like I said earlier, when you're dealing with a certain class of people, upper class people, or even middle class people, they want personalized service. They want you to provide details. They want you to ensure that you're not just giving them general solutions to their problems. You're giving bespoke, peculiar solutions, specific solutions to their problems. And always ensure that your results exceed expectations. Now let's talk about tips. General tips. I've spoken about so many things, but let me just round off with general tips. Whenever you're trying to close a deal, always lead with questions. Now I see one mistake that a lot of realtors do, right? When a realtor is speaking with a client, most of the time, the realtor keeps talking. The client says, okay, tell me about your product. And then the first thing the realtor is saying is, oh, this product, this house, you like it. It has a swimming pool. It has a gym. It has this. And they just keep talking. They're not even understanding whether the client wants all of those things they are saying. They don't even understand whether the client doesn't even care about all of the features or amenities. Maybe perhaps the client's major focus is the location. Or in some other cases, the client's major focus might be the title, or it might be the sizes of the units. You don't even know. So that's why it's important to always lead with questions. So you ask the client, Mr. X, right? I understand that you saw my ad yesterday. I placed an ad on social media, and I got a message from you. So is there anything that you would particularly like me to talk about regarding that particular ad? Is there anything you want me to? The person will say, oh, I like it's in so and so place, but I'm actually looking for something fun as an investment, right? I'm not really looking for that. So this is the client talking now. I'm not really looking for somewhere to live. I already have my own house. I'm not looking for something to use as an investment. And then your response could be, oh, that is fantastic. As a matter of fact, this particular apartment has been built specifically for people wanting to do Airbnb business. Are you aware that with Airbnb business, you can make up to 40%, 50% ROI per annum, right? And the major reason why I'm saying this is because we've built a swimming pool around there, we've built a gym, we've built this and that and that and that. How soon do you want this apartment to be ready? And then the person says, oh, I'd like it to be done in 6 months. So you have to ensure that you keep interacting, asking questions, and getting as much information from the client so that as the client responds to those questions, you can then prefer solutions that meet each of their concerns. Now, respond with every objection, okay? Respond to every objection. Every client has an objection. It's either the price is too high, the place is too far, the location, they don't like the location. Whatever the objection is, always ensure that you have a response. In fact, what I do sometimes when I'm discussing with clients is anytime before I go to a discussion with clients, I sometimes write down what the potential objections could be, and I ensure that I always have a response to every single objection the clients may have. Now, when you are negotiating with a client, ensure that you respond or you negotiate or you discuss from a point of power. Never show desperation. This is one mistake I see a lot of realtors making. Some realtors even go as low as begging a client for a deal. No, you don't do that. In fact, sometimes when I'm discussing with my clients, I tell my clients, I give them deadlines. I tell them, look, someone was asking the other time, just about an hour ago, before we started this presentation, that, oh, how do we deal with clients who say they'll get back to me, they'll get back to me? What I do is I don't make it seem like I'm waiting for them. I'll tell them, look, this particular property, I cannot guarantee that in the next 2 weeks it will still be available because the sales have been so high, the demand has been so high, so I tell them that just to create a sense of anticipation so that they can take action as quickly as possible. In fact, sometimes I even tell them the price is going up in 2 weeks' time, the price is going up next week. You have to ensure that you don't make it seem like you are the one trying to you need them, right? They also need you because you're also offering value. Remember that. So don't make it seem like as if you need them all the time. Of course, you also need them to close because you want to earn a commission, but they also need you because you're providing a solution to their problems. You are providing a need that they have. So never operate from the point of desperation. Always operate from a point of power. Now, very importantly, sell the dream, not the product. What do I mean by sell the dream, not the product? Don't sell the house. Sell the benefits of living in a house. Okay? Don't sell the space. Sell the joy that they receive from living within that space. Sell the dream because people buy from a point of emotion. People are emotionally driven. You buy with emotion and you justify with logic. So you've got to ensure that you win the game on the emotional side. You've got to take them. There are some, when I'm taking my clients on inspection, the moment I get to my property, I begin to show them the kinds of things that they can enjoy when that property, or if and when that property becomes theirs. So I'm not just selling them the house. I'm selling them the happiness that they will derive from living in that space. I'm selling them the comfort. I'm selling them the convenience. I'm selling them so many things. I'm selling them the ROI for those, especially for those who are buying for investment purposes, not buying because they want to live there. That's why when I was giving you the example earlier, I spoke about the fact that I even mentioned particular rates. I could tell them as high as 50% ROI. That's the dream for a lot of investors. So the mistake a lot of investors make is they just sell their house. Oh, this is the features. This is what it has. This is no. Tell them what they stand to gain. What are the benefits? Not just the features, but the benefits of living in that apartment. Always ensure that you sell the dream, not the product. Now let's talk about the product launch. Like I told you earlier, the first part of this session is going to be a presentation, a training. The second part is going to be a product launch. So let's talk about the product launch. The name of the estate is the Splendor Residences, and it's located in Ajayi Akpata, Newtown, Songotedo. Here's a 3D graphic of how the place is going to be. It's very beautiful. It's a lovely place, beautiful ambience, lovely location. That's another view of the Splendor Residences. This is yet another view of the Splendor Residences. What are the details? It comes with the governor's consent as title. Location is Ajayi Akpata, Newtown, Songotedo. And of course, it's in a very lovely neighborhood. So these are some of the monuments that are very close to the location: the Fasi Nature Park, Nuvari Mall, Crown Estate Farah Park, and the Lagos Business School. Okay, estate features clean pipe-on water, landscaping, security, ample parking, all the works. So we have one bedroom where they're actually studio apartments. Well, you could also call them one-bedroom apartments. We have 2-bedroom apartments here, 9 units actually. We have 3 units of the studio, 9 units of the 2-bedroom, and 3 units of the 3-bedroom apartments. And they come in both semi-finished and fully finished options. So we have different prices for the semi-finished option and also a different price for the fully finished option. Okay, so here are the prices. You can see the prices: the 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and a 3-bedroom. Okay, so let me introduce a scheme that we just launched into the market some months ago. It's called the Smart Scale Pay Scheme, right? So it really has to do with mortgages. Now, the reason why we launched this mortgage drive is because we realized that a lot of people cannot afford our products. Not everybody has 50 million, 60 million to pay as cash. Not everybody has 70 million to pay down as cash, right? A lot of, even if you give them 10 months, 12 months, 18 months payment plans, they can't afford it, okay? So what we have decided to do as a company is to partner with mortgage banks to provide affordable mortgages. Now, emphasis on the word affordable, so that it makes it easier for people out there that belong to a certain income bracket. Middle class people are our target. The middle class people are our target. People who work in blue chip companies, people who work in big organizations, who earn big salaries, at least 1 million naira, at least 1 million naira per month, right? There are lots of people who are out there. They can't afford to pay 50, 60, 70 million over the course of 12 months or 18 months. Now, these mortgages are extremely attractive to them. And trust me, it has been, since we launched this mortgage product, we've sold so many of our units to people within that category. It's very simple. All you need to do is to ensure you target them. Do your ads, provide the criteria, understand the products, and it's easy, relatively easy to sell to these people because there are so many of these guys out there. They are looking for this product. We also realize that if they can't afford the conventional mortgages of about 30%, 35%, so we partnered with mortgage banks to get government funds at single digits. Now I'm going to be sharing with you some of the highlights of those mortgages. Okay, so an individual can obtain up to 100 million naira as funding from these mortgage banks. Interest rate of 9%. It used to be 12%. But I spoke with the head of the mortgage bank, one of the mortgage schemes that we're working with, the Family Homes Funds, and she told me that they are bringing it down to as low as 9% this month. It was 12% before, but it's now 9%. That's fantastic if you ask me. Processing time is very fast because this used to be a problem faced by government-funded mortgages in the past. It used to take so long to process, but now in a couple of months, 2 months, 3 months, you can get these mortgages approved. And of course, you have a flexible tenure of up to 20 years, depending on your age. So for those that are below 40 and below, you have up to 20 years. But if you are above 40, it's 60 minus your age, right? So these are the features. Again, why choose Smart Pay? Low equity contribution. Now, the reason why the equity contribution is low, by equity contribution, I mean the deposit from the clients, right? The initial deposit. The reason why this is low is because if the person that you're marketing or you're discussing with earns a big income and they can obtain a significant part of the price of the cost of the house, they can obtain that a significant part from the mortgage, then it means that the balance, which is going to be their equity, could be as low as 5 million or 3 to 5 million. I've seen some cases where some clients pay very little as equity because they earn so much and they can acquire so much from the mortgage. Now, obviously, flexible income requirements, you don't have to earn, even if you don't earn up to 1 million naira, you can still qualify. It all depends on so many factors. The application system is very seamless. The moment you obtain our form, you fill our form, you make a deposit, the mortgage bank gets introduced to you. They also send you their forms to fill. You fill those forms, you submit your supporting documents, your pay slips, bank statements, and all of those things. And then within 3 months, the mortgage is approved. We get disbursements and the house is yours. If you're a subscriber, the house is yours. Everything from start to finish can take literally just 3 months. So the processing time is very, very fast. So I have one question for you. Are you ready to dream? Are you ready to take the next step? Are you ready to ensure that your life never, and I say this again, never remains the same? If you are willing to work with us, I can guarantee you that these deals, you can close them very easily, very, very easily, without having to stress yourself too much. And I'm ready, as the MD of the company, I'm ready to work with everybody who is ready to work with us on this journey. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I'll be happy, very, very happy to attend to your questions. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for being a part of this session. And I'll just end it at this point, and we can then go into Q&A. Okay, John, are you there? I believe everybody has been muted. So if you have any question, please raise your hand. Joy Akunafia, thank you. Oh, you're clapping for me. Thank you so much for clapping. I appreciate that. Okay, if you have a question, please raise your hand so that then unmute. John, can you hear me? Thank you all. Thank you all. I can see so many people clapping for me. All this is so nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Question, sir.
Okay, great. So let's go straight into Q&A. Let's go straight into Q&A. How many hands do we have raised? Let me see. Okay, Nonso, you have your hands raised. I'll just give you the floor right away. Okay, I've unmuted you. The floor is yours. So you can ask a question.
All right, good evening, sir. Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Nonso, you can go ahead.
All right, sir. So I just want you to throw more light concerning the mortgage again, because I kind of have it mumbo jumbo. My network was kind of breaking up.
No, so I can't hear you.
So can you hear me now?
I've muted you. You can go ahead and ask. By the way, I'm going to do a quick giveaway for those of us that are watching, that are here. Very soon, I'll be announcing what that giveaway is. It's going to be very interesting. So if you want to participate in that giveaway, please stay tuned, and I'll let you know what that is all about. Okay, Nonso doesn't seem to be connecting, so I'll move on to the next person, Tessie.
Oh, damn it.
I've unmuted you. The floor is yours.
Nonso is there. I can hear him clearly.
I can hear him, sir. Mr. Nonso is talking.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me now?
Wow.
Hello, sir.
Tessie.
Wow. Why is MD not?
Wow.
So
you're hearing Nonso. I can't hear Nonso for some reason. I don't know
why. I've
Someone says
omitted
we are hearing Nonso.
Yes.
Oh, it must be network.
I can hear Nonso.
Nonso, you know what? Can you please type your question in the comments? Please type your question in the comment section or in the chat
I'll do that.
section.
All right, sir.
So that I can pick it up and then answer. Okay.
Can I ask my question now? Please, can I ask my question?
Okay.
Yes, go ahead, Tessie. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening.
Okay, so who else has a question?
MD, can you hear me? This is the ED.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
No, hold on. I'm speaking to the MD. MD, can you hear me? Okay, madam, just hold on.
Oh, I can't hear anybody.
I don't think I can hear anybody. Just hold on, Tessie.
Okay.
I can't hear anybody. Okay, let me log off and log back in. I can't hear anybody. So just give me a few minutes, please. I'll log off now and log back in.
Okay, sir.
Sorry about that. Please just hold on for the MD. He'll come back on shortly.
Is that?
No problem.
Okay.
ẹ kú oríire. Èmi gan ta ló fẹ́ jókòó tí ń tẹ́lẹ̀ mo lọ ṣe fún ẹtí mi lẹ̀. Mo lọ ṣe.
I can't hear anyone again.
Hello.
Please hold on.
Can you speak now? Can someone speak? Let's see if I can hear them.
This is the ED. Can you hear
Hello,
me?
sir. Can you hear me, sir?
MD, I can.
Hello, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
We can hear
sir.
you.
We can hear you, sir.
We can hear you clearly.
Is someone speaking?
Yeah, Balaji is speaking. We can hear you clearly.
Okay, you know what? Let me connect to my phone. I think it's my laptop that has a problem. Let me connect to my phone. Just hold on, please.
I think phone is better, yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
We
great.
can
I
hear
can hear
you.
you all now.
We can
Fantastic.
hear you, sir.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Okay. So please go ahead and ask your question.
No, you can hear me clearly now, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. I couldn't hear you before. Apologies for that. It was
Yeah,
the network. I think it was my laptop.
No problem,
Yes.
sir. So,
Okay.
I think I'll need you to help me throw more light on that mortgage so that I'll know the categories of people who can get it, because I really want to understand more on that mortgage aspect.
Okay. So like I said during the presentation, it's not really for everybody. It's for people who belong to certain income class. For me, I have benchmarked people who earn at least ₦1 million, right? Now, I'm not saying that people who earn less than $1 million cannot participate in the mortgage. I'm just saying that it's more convenient for people who earn at least $1 million a month, right? But people who earn 700,000, 800,000, 900,000, fairly okay. Now, this income I'm talking about is all in. So it's not just their monthly income. You know, what the mortgage bank will look at is if the person also has some other big incomes that come, maybe leave allowance, 13th month, they would add all this income together and divide by 12. So it's the total income that they earn on the average every month, right? Like I said, my benchmark is 1 million. And trust me, there are many people out there that earn at least ₦1 million every month. So that's what we benchmark. And then obviously the age, the younger, the better, because the younger ones have longer periods to pay, right? And the longer the period you have to pay, the lower the amounts that you have to pay on a monthly basis. So obviously people who are, I'll typically target people between the age of 30 to 45, 46, maybe early 30s to mid 40s. That's the target age for me. And that's what I'll recommend for you as well. Typically people who work in big organizations, people who work in MTN, places like big banks like Zenith Bank, Access Bank, First Bank, in telecom space, IT space, software guys. These guys earn very decent incomes. And you know, the bigger the organization, the easier it is for the mortgage bank to approve, because they trust the organization. They understand that this organization is a big company. They are not likely to have people who would default and all of that. So those are the kinds. So once you know your target audience, it's easier to just focus your marketing on that specific class of people. And like I said, the process takes about 3 months in total, about 3 months, and you're done. You're good. We've actually done this for some clients before. We have a number of clients that were processing their mortgages. We have one that we've approved already. We've gotten disbursement, so it's something that works. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah. Okay, next person is David. John, can you coordinate the Q&A? I don't think I'm a host anymore. John, are you there?
I think it's Tessie. Tessie, please go ahead with your question.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Good evening, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Let Tessie ask her question. She's the next person. Hold on a bit. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, my question also go in line with the last speaker, the last person that asked question. Is there any way for us to get detail, either training or material? Because just saying it like this, I may not be able to grasp everything, because I need to be well-rooted. Questions will be asked, so you should be able to know. Like you said, between 3 to 5 million. Is it every month? You were saying between the 3 to 5 million. And so that statement, I didn't know where it is applicable. Are you talking about the amount they'll be paid every month? Even if the person is earning, you say we should be targeting for that earning up to 1 million plus. So, and I saw the first statement said 3 to 5 million. I don't know where it applies. So is there any further training or any material that one can really understand this thing? Because it's something that is good to market.
Okay, thank you, Tessie. Let me take the question on training first. Yes, we organize trainings every month. We did one last month, and we are going to do one again in June this month. So we have Zoom sessions like this that we gather realtors together and we train them on our mortgage schemes. So if you're not on our group, any of our groups, please get the link, join our groups, and the next time we're having a training session, you will be invited. Okay, so we'll train you, we'll go in there. I can't go into too much details because that's not really what this session is all about. But the next time we're having a session, we would go into very much details about how our mortgage schemes operate. Now, let me also answer the question regarding the 3 to 5 million. The 3 to 5 million is not the amount the client is going to be paying every month. That is what I'm saying, that the equity contribution, that is the client's deposits. Let me use layman's language now. The client's deposits, the initial deposits, can be as low as 3 to 5 million. Now, I'm not saying that is how much it will be in all cases. I was just trying to explain that if the client earns a big income, there are some people that earn up to 3 million a month, 4 million a month. Now, those clients, they can obtain a huge amount of money from the mortgage. For those clients, their equity contribution can be very low. So it all depends on the income, on the capacity of the clients. The higher the capacity of the clients, the higher the mortgage they can obtain, and the lower their deposits, their equity contribution. So that 3 to 5 million was just a range of the equity contribution that is possible for certain clients. For some other clients, it could be more. It could be as much as 10, 15, or even 20 million. It all depends. Do you understand that?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, so please watch out for the link for the next training session. We would announce the dates very soon.
Thank you.
Okay, Ebube, David, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening.
Yeah, thank you for this powerful training section, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, sir, please, I want you to throw more light on that. You mentioned selling with graphics of how the estate, or let's say how the place is going to look like. Please, I want you to throw more light. Can one close a sale with that kind of a video? Like if let's say if I run an ad with that kind of a video, is there a high tendency that I can close the sale with it?
With what video? What sort of video? I don't understand.
Okay, you mentioned graphics. There was a part you mentioned. Yes, there was a part you mentioned the graphics of yes.
Okay. So Ebube, it's not really about the video. What I said about videos is that your video must be HD quality.
Yeah, I heard that part, but
yes.
There was a part you mentioned about graphics. You mentioned something about graphics. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You mentioned like a graphics of how the place, how the apartment or how the place is going to look like. Let's say, for instance, it has not been built yet, but like what the place is going to look like in a video, in a graphic form.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so what I meant is it's not really about the video. It's not the video that will do the convincing, because there are so many, anybody can do a fancy 3D video. That even though the video helps, but what the work is really more in you, the way you speak.
Okay.
Like what I was explaining is you are supposed to sell the dream, not the product. So create pictures in the minds of your clients. Do you understand? So if for instance, the person comes with their family, so you can even tell them, look, just imagine your kids playing around in our playground. Or just imagine yourself after a hard day at work, you jump into the swimming pool to relax. So you are creating an emotional connection with the clients. You are taking the client's mind to a separate place entirely. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know,
Yes,
that
sir.
is as opposed to just saying this is our house, this is the price, this is the cost. Do you understand? So you are trying to create a situation whereby the client does feel so emotionally connected with what you are selling that they want to just do the transfer immediately. So
Yes,
that's what I meant. So of course the graphics, the videos, all of those things helps, but it's really more in what you communicate to the client and how you communicate the dream to the client. That is what does the convincing, not so much the materials that you use.
Okay.
Do you get that?
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
You're
I got
welcome.
that.
Okay, great. Ayo, Eson, you have the floor now. You can go ahead and speak. Can you unmute yourself?
Thank you. Good
Okay,
evening, sir.
right. Yeah. Good evening. Yeah.
All right. First, I want to ask about still on the mortgage part. I want to clarify because I know there are different mortgage products in Nigeria. For instance, the Ministry of Finance, Real Estate Investments, something.
Yes, MRIF.
Yes. Can probably investors use it apart from the family homes fund? That's one thing. For the equity parts, can we push the pension equity thing as part of what investors can also use to get this particular to invest in this product? So I mean, in terms of their equity, can they use their pension, that's the pension fund package too, which is like I think it is 20 or 25%. Can they also use it as equity for this product?
Okay, so what was the first question again?
I'm talking about if investors or people prospective clients can use other mortgage products like the MRIF, and because you mentioned family homes fund for this, so I want to know if they can also use other mortgage policies.
Yes, they can. Well, we're actually partnering with a mortgage bank and we're providing both MRIF and FHF. I only mentioned FHF, Family Homes Funds, because I have been in communication with the head of the Family Homes Funds in Nigeria. I've spoken to her. I still spoke with her a couple of days ago, and she told me that the rates have come down. Now, both of them are on 12%, right? But I noticed a bit of competition between MRIF and FHF. Now, the FHF lady told me that in response to MRIF, they are reducing their interest rate from 12% to 9%. So because we are looking for the best possible deals for our clients, we are now tilting towards FHF because the rates are lower. It's as simple as that. But it doesn't mean that we cannot also do MRIF. The advantage that MRIF has is that MRIF has a higher cap. So they have 100, the cap is 100 million. That's the maximum that the client can take. It's 100 million, but the interest rate is 12%. Whereas family homes funds, sorry?
Personal, the advertising business. Don't do the training
Okay,
already,
so
but just
family
like
homes
the MD
funds,
of
the cap is 40 million and the interest rate is 9%. So it all depends. For me, I would rather go with the 9% because it's cheaper. Okay. But if the client is, for instance, they want to buy a 3-bedroom and they have the capacity to take up to 70, 80 million, then obviously the MRIF would be more advantageous to them. So it all depends on what works. But to answer your question, yes, we work with both MRIF and FHF, depending on the circumstances. Now, regarding the equity, yes, we actually do work with the pension part as well. So it's 25%. 25% of the person's pension balance can be used to support their equity contribution. In fact, we've actually processed one already. We have one that we've processed already some months ago, and we are working on some others as well. Now, that one is actually very good because there are some clients that have equity of as much as 100 million. In fact, I know of a client that has an equity of the person has a pension balance of about 150 million. 150 million pension. So 25% of that is about 30 something, close to 40 million. So imagine processing that kind of money. That is already almost 40, 60, 70% of the price of the house as the person's pension withdrawal alone. There are people who have equity, they have pension balances of 120, 130, 150, 160 million. There are people that are out there. It all depends on your willingness and ability to locate these people and get a deal out of them. So yes, we actually do also support people's equity contribution from with their pension balances. Are you good?
Thank you, sir. Yes, I'm good. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, great. Archie Berry, your hand is up. Please unmute yourself and ask a question. Hello, Archie Berry, I can't hear you. Can anybody hear Archie Berry? I noticed that the person has unmuted himself or herself, but
no, we can't hear her.
I can't hear her.
Okay, great. So maybe it's a network problem. But I have someone else, Augustine Nwakakun Ojukwu. Go ahead.
Yes. Good evening, my brother. Yeah,
Good
can you hear
evening.
me?
Very well.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes.
Yes. In fact, the little I have listened out of this meeting, I must tell you, is very, very informative. I was in another Zoom meeting, PBO Zoom training, so I wasn't able to join +7. So please, I don't know if you can just maybe in a few minutes recap all that you have done so that I am not totally left out.
No, there's a recorded version, sir. There's a recorded version.
Okay, so how can I lay my hand on that recorded version?
Admin, please respond.
Okay, so the recorded version is going to be sent to the group chats. The group chat where you joined. We're going to send the recorded version there. The link to the recorded version, rather. Yes.
Okay. Is it possible for me to leave my email here so that?
No. It's going to be sent. It's going to be sent to the group. So a link is going to be sent to the group where you can just click and then go and watch the full version.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. In fact,
you're welcome.
You guys are wonderful. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Ignatius.
Sir, Uche Berry said she's muted. She's been trying to talk.
Okay. Can she drop her comments? I don't know. Oh, John, can you unmute her? I noticed that she unmuted herself, really.
Okay, sir. Let me try to unmute her.
While that is going on, can we have Ignatius? Ignatius' hand is up.
Rewarded for his clear match performance off the pitch against Germany. He starts today in place of Trinker.
Ignatius, please go ahead. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead and ask a question. Okay. The line is bad. I can't hear what you're saying.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, please hurry up so that I can hear you very quickly.
What I want to ask is that I wanted to ask so for someone who is not your partner, who is not your team, your partner, for some of us who are in companies, how do we
can you speak louder? The line is not clear. Speak very loud, please. The line is very bad. Hello?
Is it clear now?
Yes, very clear now.
Okay. So I was asking for someone who is not, maybe is with another company and just joining you, is not your long-term partner. How can you market your products and how do we join you fully?
Okay, are you part of the WhatsApp group that was created for this session?
Yeah, I went through the WhatsApp group.
Okay, so we'll share a link. John, please take this down. We'll share a link of our company's WhatsApp group so that those who want to join can join. Okay, but we have strict rules on that group. We will not allow you to post anything that is outside of our products or outside of the things that have to do with our company. Okay? So a link will be shared after this meeting, and those of you who are not on our group, you can join our group, but you have to abide by the rules.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, I don't think we have any other questions. Is Berry able to speak now?
No,
Okay, I have John.
No.
John, let's just take this last question. John, please go ahead. John, not you, not admin.
Okay.
There's a John here who wants to ask a question.
I have a question.
Wow, okay. But you didn't raise your hand. Go ahead and ask a question.
Good evening, MD. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
One is how long does it take for a client to pay that mortgage?
How long does it take? It could take up to 20 years, depending on what is approved and depending on the client's age. If the client is age 40 and below, between 21 and 40, they have up to 20 years. But if they're above 40, it is less than 20 years.
And if a client decides to pay off maybe after like 20 years instead of 30 years, and the client decides to pay
No,
off.
I said 20. I said 20, not 30. 20.
Yeah, say 20 years. If signed for 20 years, and let's say by 50 years that the client have the balance, can pay off one.
The client can pay down at any time. They can pay off after 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, depending. It's a very flexible scheme, and there are no penalties for prepayment.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. John, are you there now? Can you ask a question very quickly?
Good evening, sir. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Like you said earlier, concerning where we can meet our prospective clients, and for someone that is just starting, or going around meeting people, or those strategic person, or the actual client that are ready to close we need to do some do some extra thing like dressing well or preparing ourselves very well, and in doing so we need to put something on ground. For someone that is just starting or someone that is new in the business, what are those things that we need to put in place in order to meet the right person out, in order to actually get the work done? That is what I just want to answer.
Okay, I'm not sure I can go into all the details of that. That is a separate session entirely, because that is a training on etiquettes and things like that. But what I can just say is just start. Just start, right? And again, there are lots of materials online that you can read that would guide you on how to dress, how to comport yourself, how to speak, business etiquette, things like that. You can get materials on YouTube. You can get materials on Google, on AI, anywhere. You can get materials anywhere. Educate yourself, right? There's so much that I can tell you right now, but most of what you're going to learn are things that you probably learn online and things that you learn on the job. So you would make mistakes as a beginner in anything. You would always make mistakes, but the most important thing is to just get started. Start attending the events, start networking with people, start joining clubs, societies, expanding your network, and with time, gradually, you would eventually get there, right? As they say, a mighty ocean starts with a drop of water makes a mighty ocean, right? The journey of 1,000,000 miles starts with one step. So just make that step, and you'd eventually get to the promised land. I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you, sir. God bless you.
You're welcome. Okay, so we don't have any other questions, and we've been on this call for 1 hour now. It's 8:04 p.m. And I'd like to thank everyone. But before we leave, I promised earlier that I have a giveaway for everybody, or for those who want to participate in it. Now, we are going to be posting the 3D video, animated video for the new product. We're going to be posting that on the group. I'll post it myself. I'll post that video on the group. And the first 10 people, should be 10. Okay, the first 10 people that post that video on their status when you post the video on your status, you tag. So you should know how to tag the group.
Sorry,
Post the video on
you post on the group. Which group?
There's a group that was created for this session, a special group.
Okay. I just
was
wanted them
created
to
for
be
this
clear.
session.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called the lead to close group, I believe. I think that's it. Lead to close. Right. So I'll post the video on that group. The first 10 people that post on their status and tag the group will get a reward. Okay. We would advise you what that reward is later, but it's going to be a reward that you'll be given. Okay. So that is the giveaway that I said I was going to share with you, right? So post that video on your status, and you'll be rewarded by the admin of the company. All right. So thank you all very much. I hope you all found this session very useful. I hope you found this training very useful.
I have a question on the chat, but it's not been responded to.
How do we tag
it will be responded to. Don't worry, it will be responded to. It will be responded to. You know, some of us were busy at the training, so we probably didn't have the time to look at the questions on the group, but it will be responded to. Okay. So thank you all very much.
On the chat here. The chat here.
Oh, the chats. Okay, what's the question? What's the question exactly?
I said I was unable to join the meeting on time, and I just joined towards this end, and I'm asking, will the link be shared so I can catch up?
Yes, the recording will be shared.
Yes, I already responded that the recording will be shared.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
So
okay, you're welcome.
Is it a weekly something, or when is the next?
No, it's not. It's not weekly. It's not weekly. It's whenever we have a product launch, we usually have meetings like this. Whenever we're launching a new product, we usually have trainings and sessions like this. Okay. But we have a monthly meeting on the mortgage scheme. So the next one will be holding sometime towards the end of this month.
Okay, you communicate to us.
Yes, we will communicate to you.
All right, thank you.
Okay then. Well, I hope you all found this meeting useful. I hope you guys learned a lot from the session. I hope you got value. If you didn't get value,
so much. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you all for staying this long. Yeah, like I said, the next time we have a product launch, we'll be doing a session like this. So please ensure that you watch out for the details. Okay? So take care, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Sir.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
So are you there?
Yes. Are you saying, is there someone talking?
Yeah, you said the link. You said where you want to post it is going to be lead to close. That's the name of the platform. But I think some of us joined from various WhatsApp. I mean, like your PWAN Stars platform. That's where we joined from.
Okay. I'll post the video on our major group as well on the WhatsApp group.
All right.
I'll post the video there. Okay, then.
Sir.
Okay, take care.
Some of us are not on the WhatsApp group. We join through Little Close. So.
Okay, if you're not in any of the groups, just send me a private message. My number has been pasted on the charts. So just send me a private message and I'll send.
All right, sir.
Okay then. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah, bye. Yes, on your status. Post it on your status. You know what? We can't talk here. Just send me a message on WhatsApp. If you have any other questions, send me a message and I'll respond to you. Take care, everyone. Bye.